everyone, Miss Alessandra here from the Weston Public Library, bringing you another at-home story time. This week is National Library Week, and I thought for today we would do some stories about learning how to read and the ABCs. If you aren't reading on your own yet, but you have somebody reading to you, that is a great way to start learning how to read. If you are reading already, congratulations! That's a big step, and I hope you're enjoying everything you're reading. So, if you want to continue with me and do some stories and songs today about reading and the ABCs, continue watching. Welcome to today's story time, everyone. Are you ready to sing the hello song? All right, on the count of 3, sing with me. 1, 2, 3. This is how we wave hello, wave hello, wave hello. This is how we wave hello, 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 hello. This is how we clap hello, clap hello, clap hello. This is how we clap hello, 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 hello. This is how we tap hello, tap hello, tap hello. This is how we tap hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. So for today's story time, we're going to be learning and reading books and singing songs about the ABCs and learning how to read for National Library Week. Let me know what your favorite book to read is. Maybe it's a book that someone reads to you every night, or maybe it's a book that you read to your little brother or little sister, or your mom and dad, or your grandpa or grandma, or even your pet. Do you like reading to your pet? All right, we're going to continue with open, shut them. Hands go up, close them like this. Here we go. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Now creep them, crawl them. Creep them, crawl them. Right up to your chin, chin, chin. Creep them, crawl them. Creep them, crawl them to your little mouth, but do not let them in. And we hide our hands behind our back. Can you hide your hands? Great job. So we're going to get started with our first story. All right, here we go. The first book that we're going to read today is Max's ABCs by Rosemary Wells. Do you know Max and Ruby? Do you know your ABCs? Well, learn with me. Here we go. Max's ABCs by Rosemary Wells. Max's ants escaped from their ant farm. They went looking for Max's birthday cake. What letter does ant start with? A. Up Max's pants they climbed. Bite, bite, bite went the ants on the birthday cake. What letter does birthday start with? B. Max poured his cup of cranberry juice onto the ants in his pants. What letter does cranberry start with? C. Down, down, down went the juice, delicious. The ants drank it up. What letter does down start with? D. Eek, said Max's sister Ruby. What letters does that start with? Eek. E. Max took his pants off fast, but the ants stayed behind on Max having fun. What letter does fun start with? F. Give me those pants, Max, Ruby said. Go, go, go away, ants. What letter does go start with? G. Put on your happy face pants, Max, said Ruby. The ants are history. What letter does happy start with? H. But the ants found an ice pop in Max's pocket. Itch, 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 said Max. What letter does itch start with? I. Max jumped into the bath, and the ants jumped into the bath too. What letter does jumped start with? J. Max kicked his feet, but the ants kicked their feet too. What letter does the word kicked start with? K. The ants loved the bath, and they laughed and splashed. What letter does loved and laughed start with? L. I am going to use Miss Marvela's magic bath salts on the ants, said Ruby. What letter does magic start with? M. Ruby knew the ants could never nibble their way through the bath salts. What letter does nibble start with? N. 1, 2, 3. It's over for the ants, Max, said Ruby. What letter does over start with? O. But it wasn't over for the ants. The bath salts just turned the ants pink and purple. I have another idea, Max, said Ruby. What letter does pink and purple start with? P. What? Asked Max. Good question, Max, said Ruby. Keep very quiet in your chair. What letter do the words question and quiet start with? Q. Ruby found a jar of red raspberry jelly. What letter does red start with? R. Sit still, Max, said Ruby. We are smarter than those ants. What letter does sit start with? S. Ruby made toast in the toaster. She put jelly on the toast, and then Ruby made a trail of crumbs. What letter does toast start with? T. The trail ended underneath Max's chair. The ants followed the trail. What letter does underneath start with? U. Ruby was waiting for them with the vacuum cleaner. What letter does vacuum start with? V. Woo! Went the vacuum cleaner. It sucked up all the ants. What letter does went start with? W. Gone forever, said Ruby. X marks the spots where the ants used to be. There's our X marking the spot. But inside the vacuum bag, the ants were enjoying cake and toast. Yum, 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 said the ants, and Max heard them. What letter does yum, yum, yum start with? Y. Max shook the ants out of the bag. Soon they were home, fast asleep. Z, Z, for sleeping, right? And that is Max's ABC by Rosemary Wells. Did you enjoy Max's ABCs? Do you know your ABCs? Let's sing our first song together, and it's the ABC song, the alphabet song. Are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Can we do it once more? If you didn't know the ABCs before, do you think you can follow along now? Let's go slow. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Great job. So now we know our ABCs. Maybe we're learning how to read and learning the sounds that our alphabet makes. Each letter of the alphabet makes different sounds. And we're going to do a song to learn our vowel sounds. Our vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Do you know the sounds that those vowels make? Can you think of a word that starts with A? How about apple? And we're going to use the song Apples and Bananas to learn our vowel sounds. It goes like this. I like to eat, 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 apples and bananas. I like to eat, 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 apples and bananas. So those are the real words for apples and bananas and the word eat. But we're now going to substitute our vowel sounds for those that we just spoke about, the A, E, I, O, and U. So for this first one, we're going to do the A sounds. For the second, we're going to do E. For the third, I. For the fourth, O. And finally, the last, we'll do U. Each time we change sound, we'll do it 2 times, just like we did I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas, and we repeated it twice. So we'll repeat each of these 2 times. And when we do all of them, we'll go back to I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. All right? So let's start with that. Here we go. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. Now we're going to substitute all for the A sound. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Now the E sound. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Now the I sound. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Now the O sound. I like to apples and bananas. I like to apples and bananas. Now the U sound. I like to apples and bananas. I like to apples and bananas. Now back to the real words. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Did you like that? Did you learn our vowel sounds? How about, do you like apples or do you like bananas? We're going to move on now to our second story. Continue watching to hear another great story about learning to read. Our second book today is Yoko Learns to Read, also by Rosemary Wells. Are you ready? Here we go. Open those ears nice and wide and those eyes nice and wide. And here we go. Yoko Learns to Read by Rosemary Wells. Yoko and her mama loved to read their 3 books from Japan. Yoko knew The Happy Doll, The Star Princess, and 3 Golden Eggs by heart. So those are her 3 favorite books. At school, Mrs. Jenkins gave Yoko 3 leaves, 1 for each book. Proudly, Yoko pinned her leaves on the class book tree. Yoko noticed that Valerie had 4 leaves, and Angelo had 6 leaves. Olive and Sylvia, between them, had 9 leaves. Yoko had no other books at home. What should she do? She has no other books at home. Where can you get books? That night, Yoko would not eat her favorite sushi. I am stuck at 3 book leaves, said Yoko to Mama. Olive and Sylvia said I would be left behind. Let's read The Golden Eggs or maybe The Star Princess, said Yoko's Mama. No, Mama, said Yoko. I already have those book leaves. Yoko's Mama went to school to see Mrs. Jenkins. Yoko is afraid to be left behind, said Yoko's Mama. Mrs. Jenkins said, Oh, but you can make all the difference. Just read 1 book out loud with Yoko every night. Yoko's Mama did not tell Mrs. Jenkins that she herself could not read even 1 word on the classroom wall. Yoko and her mama put on their best kimonos for their trip to the library. Yoko got her own library card with her name on it. She picked out a beautiful book about a fox. Mr. Chatterjee, the librarian, stamped it and handed it to Yoko. Bring the book back when you finish it. Then you may choose a different one, said Mr. Chatterjee. "I can't wait to read it," said Yoko. So they went to their library to get a book. At home, Yoko and her mama sat at their tea table. Yoko's mama turned the pages from the back to the front. "In English books, we turn the pages the other way, Mama," said Yoko. "I learned that in school." Yoko and her mama followed the story by looking at the pictures. Yoko pointed to the cover. "I have seen these 3 words before. What words are they?" "They are on Mrs. Jenkins' word wall. Tomorrow I will find out what they are. Do you know those 3 words?" In school, Yoko copied the words onto a new book leaf. Then she told the picture story out loud. Mrs. Jenkins put the 4th book leaf up on the tree. "Telling isn't reading," Olive and Sylvia whispered. "I think you can read these words, Yoko," said Mrs. Jenkins. She pointed to the, red, and fox on the word wall. "Words are like faces," said Mrs. Jenkins. "Easy to remember. Now that I know the red fox, I need another book," said Yoko. On the way to the library, Yoko saw a sign. "Look, Mama," she said. "It says, 'Bus Stop.'" "I am so proud of you, my little snowflower," said Yoko's mama. Yoko's new book was about a bunny who could fly. The bunny was wearing colorful shoes. "Shh," said Yoko. "I'll bet that sh word is shoes. It just makes sense. What are those 3 words?" The, magic, shoes. On the school bus, Yoko showed her book to Maggie. Maggie was in 2nd grade and could read. "Magic has a soft G like Jim and a hard C like cup," she said. "Now I will get my 5th book leaf," said Yoko. Yoko and her mama brought the magic shoes back to Mr. Chatterjee. He suggested "snug as a bug in a rug" for Yoko. On their way out, Yoko read the word on the door for her mama. "Library," said Yoko. "It just makes sense." Yoko had no trouble finishing "snug as a bug in a rug." Mrs. Jenkins awarded Yoko her 6th book leaf. "I bet you can't read my book," said Sylvia the next day. "Or my book," said Olive. Yoko took a deep breath and then let it out. "Sam's pink pig," she said, "and my big bad hat." Yoko could not wait to tell her mama. "Olive and Sylvia didn't believe me," said Yoko, "but they found out, Mama. I can read. I can really, really read." Outside, the night wind blew and the snow flew. Inside, Yoko and her mama read their books. "Do you think I could learn to read in English too?" asked Yoko's mama. Yoko took out her crayon and paper and made a shape. "What is that?" asked Yoko's mama. "It's an A," said Yoko. "That's where we start." And that is Yoko Learns to Read by Rosemary Wells. Did you like our second story today, Yoko Learns to Read by Rosemary Wells? Do you know how to read? All right, I think we're going to do some more songs about the alphabet. First song, we're going to be using the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It, and we're going to need to know the first letter of your name. The first letter of my name is A for Alessandra. What's the first letter of your name? For this song, I'm going to say if your name starts with a letter, then do that action. For instance, my name starts with A, and this says, if your name starts with A, shout hooray. So I would shout hooray. Are you ready to try? Here we go. If your name starts with A, shout hooray, hooray. If your name starts with B, clap with me, clap, clap. If your name starts with C, touch your knee. Can you find your knees? If your name starts with D, say yippee, yip, E. If your name starts with E, touch your teeth. Find those teeth. If your name starts with F, say wake up, Jeff. If your name starts with G, blow a kiss to me, go mwah. If your name starts with H, say nay. If your name starts with I, blink your eye. All right, ready? Blink with me. Blink, blink. If your name starts with J, say good day. Good day. If your name starts with K, then sway. Can you sway? If your name starts with L, ring a bell, go ding-a-ling-a-ling. If your name starts with M, sparkle like a gem. Go big smile and sparkle. If your name starts with N, cluck like a hen. Cluck, cluck. If your name starts with O, touch your toe. Find your toe, touch your toe. If your name starts with P, say whoopee, whoopee. If your name starts with Q, say achoo, achoo. If your name starts with R, drive a car, pretend you're driving a car. If your name starts with S, make a mess, go make a mess. If your name starts with T, watch out for those bees, oh no, get away bees. If your name starts with U, say woo. If your name starts with V, go ahead and pat your knee, pat, pat, pat. If your name starts with W, X, Y, or Z, then stand up, take a bow, and say, that's me. Can you do that? Stand up, take a bow, and say, that's me. All right. So I hope you know the first letter of your name, and now we're going to sing a song about those letters and some words that start with those letters. Are you ready? Okay. A is for apple, armadillo, and air. B is for book, basketball, and bear. C is for cat, crayon, and cops. D is for dog, dragon, and drapes. E is for elephant, eagle, and eye. F is for farm, fire, and fly. G is for goat, golf, and guy. H is for hat, hippo, and high. I is for instrument, ice, and igloo. J is for juggle, jungle, and jump-a-roo. K is for kangaroo, kits, and kid. L is for lamb, lion, and lid. M is for matter, mouse, and mite. N is for noodle, nest, and night. O is for octopus, ostrich, and owl. P is for penguin, pig, and pal. Q is for queen, quilt, and quiet. R is for rabbit, rainbow, and rail. S is for seal, swan, and sun. T is for table, tiger, and ton. U is for umbrella, and underwear, and umpire. V is for vulture, volcano, and vampire. W is for wizard, water, and wishbone. X is for X-ray and Xerox and xylophone. Y is for yak, yogurt, and U. Z is for zebra, zero, and zoo. Did you know all of those words? Can you think of the letter that your name starts with and some words that start with that same letter? My name is Miss Alessandra. My first name starts with A, and some words that start with my name are apple, alligator, and air. What words can you think of? All right, everyone, we've reached the end of our story time for today. I hope that you learned something about the alphabet and about learning how to read, and I hope you're celebrating National Library Week with a great book. So we've reached the end and we have to sing our goodbye song. So on the count of 3, you can sing with me. 1, 2, 3. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends and wave goodbye like this. Bye, everyone. See you next time.